Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird in New York City. I'm in my office, my room, and I'm working on a book, Past Lives and Talk and Share Therapy Sessions for Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa Claus, St. Valentine, and others. Okay? By the Michelle Birdsong, Miles Red Songbird. I want to turn you on to some amazing videos. I watch a lot of videos, but these are amazing and I have to share them with you. This is called Analysis of Donald Trump Slapping Down Jim Acosta, and it's at the Owen Benjamin channel. Now, Donald Trump in his past life was Gobind Singh Ji, Jesus Christ Conscience, the 10th Sikh Guru. Okay, so this is what this is who you're insulting when you insult Donald Trump, a saint. The other one is Alex Jones interviews Owen Benjamin, September 18th, full on, at the Owen Benjamin Clips channel. Now, Alex Jones was Paul Revere. Also, Alex Jones was Eve's husband. I am Eve, in a past life, of course. And Owen Benjamin is a projection of Gurinder Singh. Gurinder Singh is Jesus Christ, 21st century. I have a song that I've written for a musical. It's called "I Surrender to You, Sweet Gurinder. I surrender to you, sweet Gurinder." Don't you love it? I do. So did I say Owen Benjamin was Eve's husband? Okay, check out these two videos. You'll be so happy you did, and you'll thank me for telling you about them. Because these men, all three of them, they still have their souls. They're still men. They're not programmed little rats like so many in our population. Okay, I want to share with you some points made in Maria Cott's writing group here at St. Francis of Assisi's Residence 3. St. Francis of Assisi being was Robin Birdsong. Mention clues to you. That's the name of my business. Okay, it's Andre. And I don't have a picture of Andre. It's on one of the collages here at St. Francis if you want to come by and look at the collages I've posted all over the place in the art room. Andre said Milton's piece, this is Milton Harris. Milton Harris was John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost, and he was Homer, who wrote the Iliad and Odyssey. So Andre, who was a coal miner in a past life, a very intelligent man, said Milton's, he talks so fast you can't understand what he's saying, but when he slows down you can understand what he's saying. Sometimes what he writes is poetic, and he's very acute in pinpointing what a person is about. Once he said, "She's intelligent." He was talking about me. And I took it to heart because I know that he's a good reader of character. And the other day, when we read a poem by Emily Dickinson called "I'm Nobody, Who Are You?" And when I read what I had written about the poem, Andre said, "Oh my, you took the poem and made it personal," you know, and he was absolutely right. I read it in the past video. That's why I'm not going to read it in this one. But the points, let's see what Andre was saying. He said Milton's piece, meaning Milton's take on the poem "I'm Nobody, Who Are You?" by Emily Dickinson, who was me in a past life. He said, meant that when he said we can be nobodies together, that's what Milton said in his writing. He was talking about elopement. That makes sense to me. It didn't make sense to me the other day. I didn't think it was nonsense. I knew that I just didn't get what Andre was talking about. But later that night it came to me what he meant. If they're nobodies, truly, they have no family and friends to invite to a wedding. Okay? See? So they have to elope. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. Now, Orlando's lament, I don't have a picture of Orlando, but this is Orlando's work, Merry Christmas. His work is so precise, he uses rulers to make his work. These are my collages that Sheila, the art director, put up in the, I don't know what you call it, the cafeteria. We eat breakfast there, we eat lunch there, we do art group there, we do writing group in that room. So it's and this is my daughter Iris. She's one of the nicest people who works in the kitchen sometimes. And she was my daughter in a past life. This is Deborah. And she never thinks she looks good enough to have a picture taken. But I got her this day when I was taking a picture of Iris. And this is Gretel Big Ham. She's getting the black. She had her face tattooed black because she wanted to be black. There she is up there in the red dress. It's blurring. But can you see the black face? You can't see it. When I move back, you can see it a little bit. But she found Donna, her home health aide from Mount Sinai, did a miracle job of hunting down a laser technician who can remove the black tattoo from Gretel's face. We did some talking, Sharon. I said, "You want to be black?" And she said, she thought about it, and she said, "Yes." And I realized she hadn't thought about it before. She just acted it out. But now she's getting that black removed from her face, and she has a lovely face. This is Carlo Castaneda, Michael Raker. He's a very nice gentleman this life, a genius, but he was a serial killer in a past life, in addition to having been Carlos Castaneda in another life. This is Judy Redinger. She was Eleanor Roosevelt in a previous life. She can write, she can sing, she can draw. And that's another one of my collages. This is Dave. He went to Friends Seminary. That was the best time of his life, and he's always talking about it. This is Bill Leader. He was one of the guardian angels from heaven who the Son sent to look after Eve. And he was St. Philip, Jesus Christ's disciple. This is Eve, Mild Red Songbird, standing with Jay Chen, who she was married to in the Ming Dynasty period. And Jay Chen and I do t-shirts, mugs, and this is my book, Sneezy the Greasy Babysits Abigail. There's a children's books available at Amazon.com, written with my daughter Robin Birdsong, illustrated by T.J. Robshaw. This is Velma. She's a member of the writing group. She was a legal secretary, and she had a lovely marriage, excuse me, common law marriage with a guy, and he passed away, so she's kind of grieving. That's Milton up here. Milton serves the beverages. Raphael Maldonado was Charlton Heston in a past life, and he, let's see, he was Raphael the painter as well, and he's a licensed electrician who wants to learn all about construction work. This is Karen. She's a Catholic and very proud of it. If you're not a Catholic, she reminds you that Catholicism was the first religion. And as far as I told her I was pregnant with an Immaculate Conception, oh no, that can't be. Only Mary can be immaculately conceived. And I said to myself, you're talking to Mary, dummy. I didn't say it to her because her mind just closed. Okay, so Orlando's lament about being nobody is because Orlando said, I'm nobody, I don't have a car, I don't have an apartment, I don't have a job. Because I have mental illness, they got everybody here taking pills. They tell them all they're crazy. Because of what Tony Robbins, who was Abraham Lincoln, he was also my husband when I was married to Todd Lincoln, talks about his story. Tony Robbins, who is a business strategist, says that people can't change because of their story. And, or this is a picture of Tony Robbins' book, which I'm reading slowly, but I'm reading it, called Money, Master the Game. So Tony Robbins says you have a story that is keeping you where you are. And when Orlando said, he just reeled off his story. I don't have a car, you know, I have mental illness, I don't have a job, I don't have an apartment, I'm a nobody. You see, his story proves his conclusion. Whereas if he would say, like I tried to get him to see, oh, I serve the meals at lunchtime. That's a responsible job. And I have friends here who think I'm somebody. So I'm somebody to somebody's. You see, if he would just change his story, he could have a different outcome. By the way, this is Blake Shelton. I just found out that his girlfriend, Gwen Stefani, was involved with pedophilia. And his buddy, Michael Bublé's wife, Luciana LaPalato, however you say her name, was Pontius Pilate. So these men who think they're rich and successful and powerful, and they got gorgeous blondes, really have people with very shady backgrounds. All right, let's continue with Maria Koch, Talk and Share, writing group, January 8th, 2019, at St. Francis of Assisi, who is Robin Birdsong. Robin Birdsong. Maria Koch made the point that those actresses who gave in to Weinstein's demands for sexual favors in exchange for a movie career could have chosen to be kindergarten teachers or nurses. They didn't have to do what they did. And that's what I thought. And Maria Koch, who was my sister in a past life, who was also Mary McLeod Bethune, made a point that almost nobody's made. And that's right. You know, I don't think the women were raped, physically raped. They sold their bodies. That's what happened. Okay, so let's not make martyrs out of people who are just opportunists or business women. It's a business deal to sell something for something. Michelle pointed out they had a choice. They chose to let Harvey Weinstein do what he did to them, as opposed to Bill Clinton, who allegedly raped Juanita Broaddrick. He paid Paula Jones $850,000 to not press charges again for what he did to her. Hillary smeared and tried to shame and blame the women Bill Clinton forced on himself on. So that's a different story. Bill Clinton is a rapist and is a sexual abuser. You know, so, and then, what do you call those highway patrolmen covered up for him, so they're no better. You say, well, it was their job. Well, they should have quit. They could have quit their jobs and become arborists, lumberjacks, or plumbers, or janitors. They could have gotten decent jobs if they had to do indecent things. That's no excuse. Now, as far as Donald Trump's statement when he said, if you're rich and powerful, women will let you grab their pussies. Harvey Weinstein's case proves that. Many women are attracted to powerful men, to powerful males. If the women are pretty and beautiful at some time in their lives, they'll be hanging out, maybe marrying a rich and powerful man. Like Luciana LaPalato, the Argentina blonde singer who had been the wife of dictator Juan Perón, that made Andrew Lloyd Webber made a Broadway musical about her named Evita. Evita, let's see. Energy, visit, a mimic. Evita married a Oops. She married a rich and famous guy, Michael Bublé, an international jazz superstar. Michael Bublé, who'd been Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, Sam Cooke, the Beatles George Harrison, Jesse Belvin, and the first male near-human entity on Earth, Adam, the self-created through desire, ape, Evita, vitamin. Vitamin E has to do with the sex libido, who was Bublé, married him and had 3 children with him, one of which was a victim of cancer. Cancer is when the body starts eating itself, turns against itself, attacks itself. So that's if it's being turned against, and if it's being attacked, then it attacks itself. Evita Eva Peron Luciano Lopalato was once one of the killers of the world's perfect man, the son of the Almighty, Jesus Christ, and that killer was Pontius Pilate. Luciano Lopalato is the reincarnated Pontius Pilate. My mother, who was a projection of Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singh, which I showed you one of his pictures. I have better pictures of him. Let's see. Let me show you a better picture of him. This is my favorite. This is a picture. See? You can tell it's Jesus Christ, right? The 21st century form. Baba Gurinder Singh. And that's his son. Gurinder Singh, is the son of the sun. Just as Eve, mild red songbird, is a daughter of the sun. I took those pictures myself. I talk to him, whenever he wants to talk to me, whenever he has something to tell me, or he wants to make love to me, which is incredibly pleasurable. Okay, so I've read that part. My mother, projection of Jesus Christ, Gurinder Singh, used to say, marry who you want, but be careful who you have your babies by. I'm having babies by Gurinder Singh, Jesus Christ, and the sun in the sky. I'm having twins February 14th. Gurinder Singh is also St. Valentine, and I'm having twins on his birthday. One of the twins is his, the girl, which I just found that out. Bublé had his babies with an Antichrist, Christ killer, and Lopalato, Pilate, Pilate, had her babies with Adam the ape. Think of Eve, the first woman, Adam's first love, as Fay Ray in the arms of King Kong. That's a movie. Then you'll get a picture of the picture as called King Kong, of the relationship between Adam and Eve for millions of years in their various forms, as he, the ape, stalked her and raped her and beat her and killed her until he finally evolved to the level of a human. A human's at the eye center and can see and can love. He says, Bublé sings, baby, I'm done. I've had my fun. I'm coming back home. Better Homes and Garden. That was the name of a magazine Andoni, my babysitter, used to subscribe to. Garden of Eden, D-E-N, put an E there, it spells Eden. Eve's den, Eden, Eve's den. Eve versus Satan, Eden versus Satan. Eden decoded. Energy, daughter, entered in. Vise, Satan. Squeezed out. Pontius Pilate, Satan, puts the squeeze on, and a squeeze, ow! A squeeze hurts. Puts the squeeze on Satan. Eve, Evangeline, puts, oh, I see. Pontius Pilate, Satan, puts the squeeze on. Eve, Evangeline, Miles Red Songbird, puts talk and share in the world, which is talk and share, is relief and is pleasurable. See the difference between what Satan gives you and what the angel from God gives you, the daughter of God gives you, talk and share, relief. And Satan freezes speech, and that hurts you, and that puts pressure in your soul and mind. Okay. And up here, A-N, or angel, Eve Van, Angeline, Eve Angel, I-sex, in energy. There's an I, that's I-sex, in energy. Okay, so there's pleasure, intimate pleasure in the energy of Eve the angel, Evangeline. I hope you're following me. It's logical, and I'm showing you my truth in writing. Card, my daughter, let's see. Where's card? A card from my daughter, Robin Birdsong, sent me from the UK. Says, she believed she could. I believe in you. Can you see that card? Let me show you. She just out of the blue sent me this. She believed she could, and then Robin wrote, I believe in you. And she signed it Robin with a little face. She was Dr. Seuss in a previous life. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, who was my husband when he was Dr. Carl Jung and I was Emma Young, it talks about how important it is to be encouraged. As a child, I was not encouraged, but Robin's card was very encouraging to me at a tough time in my life when I'm pregnant. I'm 73, and I'm pregnant with an immaculate conception, and nobody in this place, St. Francis of Assisi, believes me. There are two people who believe me. One is Emily, the occupational therapist who was my daughter in a previous life, and Mary Panama, who was my sister in a previous life. She's going to be the Queen of Brazil. That she's an angel from the sun, and that's her reward, to be the Queen of Brazil when the rewards are given out. I finally got the second line from she believed she could. The second line says, she believed she could show her all-powerful Father he should. Take a look at all the good. Now that he's understood, you understand the Son has unlimited power. He's made sure that she's equipped. The world can go on and on. He's not going to destroy the world. Govinda, because she proved by looking at the good. And when she looked at the good, he looked at the good and understood, oh, these are good people. I shouldn't destroy them, which was her point. So the world can go on and on. Govinda and she will steer the ship. We surrender to you, sweet Govinda. Yes. Soon to be a musical on Broadway. Yes. I think that's it. No, I got one more page. Points made in Maria Cott's writing group. Read Emily Dickinson, Eve D. Michelle Birdsong poem, I'm Nobody, Who Are You? Velma, that's Velma, made the point, which D. Michelle pointed out, that people try to appear to be more than they are for fear of being banished from their audience, whether it's an audience of one, your lover or spouse, your child, yourself. Can you live with yourself being nobody? Please don't want to see them. People don't want to see themselves because they look at themselves through the cold-hearted, negative eyes of others. If they can look at themselves with love, with compassion, then they could accept themselves. Then they could be themselves. They could relax and stop putting on airs, stop being phony. To be self-aware shows that you dare to care about being fair to yourself. Milton made the point, where's Milton? Milton made the point that one can pursue pleasure and have an enjoyable life even if you're a nobody. Excellent point. Because most people are somebody to somebody. They just may not be on Jimmy Fallon, but in their personal life, their mothers, they're somebody to their mothers and fathers. Eve D. Michelle made the point that almost everybody is somebody to somebody. Dr. Mike Murdock, St. Paul the Apostle, said, you only need one. Milton, by the way, was my father in a previous life. You are somebody to your mother and or father, sister, brother, grandmother, grandfather, cousin, uncle, friend, church, peer, boss, spouse, child. You are somebody to somebody. Okay? And look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am somebody. That's what Jesse Jackson stole from the collective unconscious that prompted him to make something of his life. Unfortunately, he made him after Dr. King's death, and he lost the leadership of Dr. King, who, as Lou Ranzinger, this life, my grandson. Jesse Jackson became a race baiter, and so he was somebody, and he is somebody to people who like race baiters. All right, it's Mild Red Songbird in New York City. Don't forget, look out for the book, Past Lives, and Talk and Share Therapy Sessions with Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa Claus, and St. Valentine, who is sweet Gorinda. We surrender to you. Talk to you later.